Hi everyone! Several of you have emailed asking for an analysis of the Handel excerpt from my video, A Question. While I will here present an analysis of the Handel example, I won't be comparing it to the jazz-style analysis from the earlier video, as I want to focus on other features. I will, however, provide on my Patreon a PDF copy for free download of both harmonic analyses. This excerpt is located in the second part of a binary movement, which essentially moves from the dominant of C minor, the work's overall key, to its tonic. Preceding our example, 6 bars from the beginning of the work's second part, Handel uses an extended 2-5 progression in E-flat major, which cadences onto E-flat's tonic chord in bar 37, the first bar of the excerpt. The move to E-flat major at this location matches a similar move into the relative major in the work's first part, where Handel also uses an extended 2-5 progression beginning 6 bars from the work's opening. In both locations, Handel uses similar registers and melodic ideas, such as the location of the notes of the first E-flat major chord of our example and the E-flat major tonic in the first part. The voice exchange also, which in our example occurs between the first and third eighth note beats, sounds here on the first and second beats. The high E flat of the voice exchange prepares the 7th degree of the following F minor supertonic 7th chord, which resolves to the third of B flat dominant 7th harmony on the second eighth note beat of bar 38. To prevent parallel octaves from the tonic's doubled third, Handel moves 1/3 up to the third of F minor supertonic harmony, while the other he moves down to F minor's root note. The B flat dominant 7th chord resolves to tonic harmony in bar 39, which shares the same bass line, initial right hand note, and voice exchange basis as the tonic from 2 bars earlier. After the dominant 7th degree resolves to E-flat major's third, Handel has the melody leap up to D, which sounds as a retardation of the dominant's leading note. The retardation then resolves on bar 39's third eighth note beat to the high E-flat note of the voice exchange. As before, this high E-flat note is also the preparation of the 7th degree of the following F minor supertonic 7th chord, whose 5th degree is approached from below by this incomplete lower neighbour note prefix. Its root note occurs as a resolution of a 7/6 suspension of E-flat major's 3rd degree, and its third is approached by E-flat major's 3rd in the bass. The F minor supertonic 7th harmony also sounds as the subdominant 7th chord in the key of C minor, with the subdominant 7th degree resolving on the bar's 3rd eighth note beat to the root note of C minor's incomplete first inversion D minor, or diminished supertonic 7th chord. In bar 41, Handel resolves the supertonics 3rd and 7th degrees as expected to the root note and 3rd of C minor's dominant chord G. G dominant harmony then lasts for 2 eighth note beats before moving to an incomplete first inversion A flat major submediant chord. Bars 42 and 43 may be analysed as continuing in the key of C minor, or we can hear the A flat submediant chord also as the Neapolitan 6th of G minor, beginning a short move into that key. The reason I favour an analysis in G minor is, beginning on this high G note in bar 41, Handel uses G minor's chromatic tetrachord, which descends to this D note in bar 43, sounding as the root note of C minor's supertonic 7th chord. The resulting chords of the G minor analysis are also more indicative of a tetrachord harmonization than of a typical progression, although the chords in the C minor harmonization move through a partial cycle of fifths to the tonic. As part of the melodic embellishment around the notes of the tetrachord, Handel incorporates the typical moves of the 3rd and 7th degrees of one dominant 7th chord to the 7th and 3rd of another. The resolution of the secondary G dominant 7th chord's 7th degree to the 3rd of major subdominant harmony also moves in the same register to the 3rd of the minor subdominant, which also sounds as the tonic of C minor. The right-hand root note of the C minor chord also becomes on the 3rd eighth note beat of the bar, the 7th degree of C minor's supertonic 7th chord, and begins the chromatic tetrachord descent of that key, moving to its fifth degree in the final bar of the excerpt. Harmonizing the C minor chromatic tetrachord, Handel uses a series of dominant seventh chords, beginning here with the dominant of C minor and concluding with the dominant of E flat major, with this F dominant seventh chord treated as a pivot between the two keys. He also essentially uses the same melodic embellishments as he used for the G minor tetrachord, creating a melodic sequence of these notes. After cadencing here onto E flat major harmony, Handel uses this B natural as an incomplete lower neighbour note prefix to C, the root note of C minor submediant harmony, and the tonic of C minor, the key to which the work then returns. Interestingly, except for bar 38, Handel begins each bar of the excerpt with a harmonic third between the initial notes of the left and right hands. Taking these thirds from the texture, the thirds of the E flat major triads of bars 37 and 39 can be heard as being prolonged by the intervening 2-5 progression, while these thirds form a harmonic palindrome. E flat and G sound as part of the tonic of E flat major. A flat and C sound as part of the supertonic of E flat major and the subdominant of C minor, with the root note of the F minor chord in the bass harmonized as D supertonic 7th harmony, and G and B natural sound as part of the dominant of C minor. Here, G and B natural sound again as part of the dominant of C minor. F and A sound as part of the subdominant 7th in C minor and secondary 7th in E flat major, and the E flat and G sound as part of the tonic triad of E flat major. The root notes of these chords also form a 3-2-1 descent in the left hand. The harmonic thirds may also be paired as melodically descending seconds, which when arranged in this way create a recurring 2-5 intervallic pattern. Melodically, Handel initially reaches this high G as part of E flat major harmony, sounding it again here in bar 41, before the two chromatic tetrachords transfer G down an octave to sound again at the end of the excerpt as the third of E flat major harmony. Handel in this way ties together the melodic and harmonic elements of these bars using a structural basis combined with a chromatic melodic line. Beethoven, near the beginning of the first movement of his Piano Sonata in C minor, opus 111, uses similar ideas. Through this section, beginning with this left-hand E note and concluding with this F natural, Beethoven uses an ascending chromatic bass line paired with a descending D-flat major scale in the right hand. Between these two lines, interaction of the various strands of the texture result in diminished 7th and passing chords and several chords from the key of D-flat major. Framing this excerpt, these F minor triads may be heard as pivots between the key of C minor and D-flat major, and between these chords, Beethoven, like Handel, uses a harmonic palindrome, along with voice exchange between the notes of the repeated submediant triads and the central tonic chord. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.